Question 1. What precautions should you take when approaching a railroad crossing sign if you see no immediate signs of train? A. Continue at your current speed without looking. B. Stop every time, even if no train is visible. C. Slow down, look both ways, and listen for a train before proceeding. Answer. C. Slow down, look both ways, and listen for a train before proceeding. It's crucial to always be cautious at railroad crossings, as trains can approach unexpectedly and from either direction. Question 2. How should a driver respond upon encountering a bike lane sign while preparing to turn right? A. Yield to bicyclists in the bike lane before turning. B. Turn right immediately, regardless of bicyclists. C. Honk to alert bicyclists of the intention to turn. Answer. A. Yield to bicyclists in the bike lane before turning. Drivers must always yield to bicyclists in a bike lane to ensure their safety and prevent collisions. Question 3. Describe the actions a driver must take upon seeing a "No Parking Anytime" sign in a previously legal parking area. A. Ignore the sign if you have a parking permit. E. Park for a short time only. C. Do not park there at any time. Answer. C. Do not park there at any time. No parking anytime signs indicate that parking is not allowed at any time, regardless of previous rules or permits. Question 4. When driving in a lane marked with a high occupancy vehicle, HOV, fine sign, what are the minimum occupancy requirements to avoid fines? A. At least one person in the vehicle. B. At least 2 people in the vehicle. C. At least 3 people in the vehicle. Answer. B. At least 2 people in the vehicle. HOV lanes require a minimum of 2 occupants in a vehicle to promote carpooling and reduce traffic congestion. Question 5. Under what conditions may a driver legally cross a solid yellow line next to a "Do Not Pass" sign? A. When overtaking a bicycle, if it's safe to do so. B. At any time if the road seems clear. C. It is never legal to cross a solid yellow line next to a "Do Not Pass" sign. Answer. C. It is never legal to cross a solid yellow line next to a "Do Not Pass" sign. This rule is in place to prevent passing in dangerous areas. Question 6. Explain how to use posted distances signs to plan exits or turns on highways. A. Guess the distance and speed based on the sign. B. Use the information to calculate the remaining travel time to your exit. C. Ignore them, as GPS is more accurate. Answer. B. Use the information to calculate the remaining travel time to your exit. Posted distances signs provide valuable information for planning when to prepare for highway exits or turns. Question 7. If you see a "Keep Left" sign while driving in a right-hand lane, what immediate action should you take? A. Move to the left lane as soon as it is safe to do so. B. Keep your position and ignore the sign. C. Pull over to the right-hand side of the road. Answer. A. Move to the left lane as soon as it is safe to do so. A "Keep Left" sign indicates that you should stay or move to the left due to an obstruction or road configuration ahead. Question 8. What does a "Yield Ahead" sign indicate about the upcoming road conditions or traffic patterns? A. Increased speed limit ahead. B. A yield sign is ahead, and drivers should prepare to yield the right of way. C. A stop sign is ahead. Answer. B. A yield sign is ahead, and drivers should prepare to yield the right of way. This sign alerts drivers to an upcoming yield sign, signaling the need to prepare to give way to other traffic. Question 9. How should a driver react to a flagman head sign when no flagman is visible upon immediate approach? A. Speed up to pass the area quickly. B. Continue at the same speed and pay no extra attention. C. Slow down and proceed with caution, looking out for the flagman and following any directions given. Answer. C. Slow down and proceed with caution, looking out for the flagman and following any directions given. Even if the flagman isn't immediately visible, it's important to be prepared to stop or follow specific instructions. Question 10. When encountering a carpool lane entrance sign, what factors must you consider before merging into the carpool lane? A. The time of day and your vehicle's occupancy. B. Whether you're in a hurry. C. The color of the carpool sign. Answer. A. The time of day and your vehicle's occupancy. Carpool lanes have specific requirements, including vehicle occupancy and sometimes time of day, to be used legally. Question 11. On a steep incline, how does a yield to uphill traffic sign affect your driving behavior when facing oncoming traffic? A. Accelerate to pass quickly before yielding. B. Yield the right-of-way to vehicles coming uphill whenever possible. C. The sign only applies to trucks and heavy loads. Answer. B. Yield the right-of-way to vehicles coming uphill whenever possible. Uphill traffic has the right-of-way due to the difficulty of regaining speed after stopping. Question 12. What should a driver do upon noticing a detour sign that redirects through an unfamiliar route? A. Follow the detour signs closely while maintaining a safe speed. B. Ignore the detour and continue on the usual route. C. Stop and wait for directions from a traffic officer. Answer. A. Follow the detour signs closely while maintaining a safe speed. It's important to adhere to detour signs to safely navigate through alternative routes. Question 13. How does a through traffic merge left sign impact lane choice on a multi-lane highway? A. It suggests that all lanes will soon merge into one. B. It indicates that through traffic should move left to allow merging from the right. C. It means that left lane is ending soon. Answer. B. It indicates that through traffic should move left to allow merging from the right. This helps manage traffic flow and ensures smoother merging. Question 14. If a telephone available sign is observed alongside a highway, what precautions should a driver take if intending to use the facility? A. Pull off the road safely and park in a designated area. B. Use the phone while driving to save time. C. Ignore it, as mobile phones have replaced the need for such facilities. Answer. A. Pull off the road safely and park in a designated area. It's important to stop safely before using roadside facilities to avoid distractions. Question 15. When driving on a road that shifts from one-way to two-way traffic, as indicated by a two-way traffic sign, how should your driving strategy change? A. Remain in the middle of the road to keep options open. B. Adjust lane position and watch for oncoming traffic. C. No change is necessary. Continue as if on a one-way street. Answer. B. Adjust lane position and watch for oncoming traffic. Drivers need to be more cautious and ensure they're on the correct side of the road. Question 16. How should drivers interpret a slower traffic keep right sign on highways with multiple lanes? A. Use any lane at any speed. B. Drive in the right lane if moving slower than the general traffic flow. C. The sign is a suggestion and not a rule. Answer. B. Drive in the right lane if moving slower than the general traffic flow. This helps maintain efficient traffic flow and reduces congestion. Question 17. Upon seeing a shoulder work ahead sign, what adjustments should you make to your driving speed and lane position? A. Increase speed to pass the work area quickly. B. Maintain speed and lane position as workers should not be on the road. C. Slow down and move away from the work area, if possible. Answer. C. Slow down and move away from the work area if possible. This enhances safety for both the workers and the drivers. Question 18. When a bicycle sign is present, what additional rights or considerations should be given to cyclists? A. Bicycles should always yield to cars. B. Cyclists have the same rights to the road and should be given appropriate space. C. Cyclists are only allowed on sidewalks. Answer. B. Cyclists have the same rights to the road and should be given appropriate space. Drivers should be vigilant and share the road respectfully. Question 19. How should a driver respond to a no U-turn sign when needing to return in the opposite direction? A. Make the U-turn quickly before other vehicles arrive. B. Look for a legal place to turn around, such as an intersection where U-turns are allowed. C. Wait until no police are in sight to make the U-turn. Answer. B. Look for a legal place to turn around, such as an intersection where U-turns are allowed. It's important to follow road signs and signals to ensure safety. Question 20. In the presence of an amenities available sign, how should a driver plan stops for services without causing delays or safety issues? A. Plan to stop at the next available service area and return to the highway promptly. B. Ignore the sign unless the fuel light is on. C. Stop on the road sign to assess which amenities are needed before proceeding. Answer. A. Plan to stop at the next available service area and return to the highway promptly. Efficient planning helps in minimizing unnecessary delays and maintains safety. Question 21. How does a yield sign affect your approach to an intersection when other vehicles are also trying to cross? A. Continue at the same speed, expecting others to yield. B. Stop completely before the intersection, then proceed when safe. C. Slow down and yield to other vehicles and pedestrians. Answer. C. Slow down and yield to other vehicles and pedestrians. The yield sign requires drivers to slow down and give way to other traffic and pedestrians at intersections. Question 22. If you encounter a bicycle lane sign while driving, what specific actions should you take to ensure the safety of cyclists? A. Always give cyclists at least 3 feet of space when passing. B. Cyclists should yield to your vehicle. C. Ignore the sign if no cyclists are present. Answer. A. Always give cyclists at least 3 feet of space when passing. It's important to respect cyclists' space for their safety and your legal compliance. Question 23. When driving near schools, what additional precautions should you take upon seeing a school zone sign, even if not explicitly listed among your provided signs? A. Increase speed to minimize time in the zone. B. Look out for children and obey lower speed limits. C. School zone signs are advisory and not legally enforceable. Answer. B. Look out for children and obey lower speed limits. School zones require heightened awareness and adherence to posted speed reductions for the safety of children. Question 24. How should a driver adjust their speed when approaching a railroad crossing sign during adverse weather conditions? A. Maintain current speed as trains are less likely to be on schedule. B. Increase speed to cross tracks quickly. C. Reduce speed, ensuring more time to stop if a train is approaching. Answer. C. Reduce speed, ensuring more time to stop if a train is approaching. Adverse weather conditions require greater caution at railroad crossings. Question 25. What is the proper response when driving and a high-occupancy vehicle, HOV? Lane sign indicates lane usage restrictions during certain hours. A. Use the HOV lane at any time, regardless of your vehicle's occupancy. B. Ensure you meet the occupancy requirements before using the HOV lane during restricted hours. C. HOV restrictions do not apply to electric vehicles. Answer. B. Ensure you meet the occupancy requirements before using the HOV lane during restricted hours. Compliance with HOV lane rules optimizes traffic flow and reduces congestion. Question 26. Describe the correct maneuver when a no parking anytime sign is placed on a street where you plan to park temporarily. A. Park for a brief period if no enforcement officers are visible. B. Find an alternative parking area that complies with posted restrictions. C. Disregard the sign if you are staying in the vehicle. Answer. B. Find an alternative parking area that complies with posted restrictions. It's important to adhere to parking signs to avoid fines and keep roads clear for traffic. Question 27. If you see a do not pass sign but the road ahead appears clear, why must you still adhere to the sign's instruction? A. Passing rules are optional and based on driver judgment. B. The sign may be outdated and not applicable. C. Hidden hazards or road conditions justify the passing restriction. Answer: C. Hidden hazards or road conditions justify the passing restriction. Do not pass signs are placed in areas where passing could be dangerous, even if not immediately apparent. Question 28. How do posted distances signs aid in long-distance travel planning, and what information do they typically provide? A. Only provide the distance to the next rest area. B. Give distances to major exits, junctions, or cities ahead, helping with fuel and rest planning. C. Are mainly for decorative purposes and offer no real value. Answer: B. Give distances to major exits, junctions, or cities ahead, helping with fuel and rest planning. These signs help drivers plan their stops and manage driving times. Question 29. What is the significance of a keep left sign when driving through a construction zone? A. It indicates that all traffic must move to the left, likely due to right-side roadwork or obstructions. B. Suggests that drivers keep left at all times, not just in construction zones. C. It is a recommendation rather than a requirement. Answer: A. It indicates that all traffic must move to the left, likely due to right-side roadwork or obstructions. This helps manage traffic flow safely around construction sites. Question 30. When approaching an intersection marked with a yield ahead sign, how should you prepare for vehicles in the cross traffic? A. Increase speed to clear the intersection quickly. B. Be ready to stop or slow down, giving the right of way to cross traffic. C. Cross traffic will yield to you. Answer: B. Be ready to stop or slow down, giving the right of way to cross traffic. Anticipating the need to yield ensures safer intersections. Question 31. If construction ahead is signaled by a flagman ahead sign, what speed adjustments or lane changes should you anticipate? A. Ignore the sign unless the flagman is visible. B. Prepare to stop or follow the flagman's instructions, including potential lane changes. C. Speed up to get through the construction zone faster. Answer: B. Prepare to stop or follow the flagman's instructions, including potential lane changes. Flagmen direct traffic safely around construction, requiring driver cooperation. Question 32. What considerations should be made before changing lanes near a carpool lane entrance sign? A. Ensure your vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements for the carpool lane. B. All vehicles can enter the carpool lane regardless of occupancy. C. Change lanes without signaling to enter the carpool lane faster. Answer: A. Ensure your vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements for the carpool lane. This compliance is crucial for lawful and safe use of carpool lanes. Question 33. When a detour sign indicates a change in your intended route, what steps should you take to follow the detour correctly? A. Follow the detour signs attentively, adjusting your speed according to new road conditions. B. Ignore the detour if you are familiar with the area. C. Take any route that appears faster than the detour. Answer: A. Follow the detour signs attentively, adjusting your speed according to new road conditions. Detours will route traffic safely around obstructions or roadwork. Question 34. How should a driver react to a through traffic merge left sign in heavy traffic conditions? A. Merge left well in advance of the sign to avoid last-minute lane changes. B. Stay in your lane until the merge point, and then force your way into the left lane. C. The sign only applies to trucks and buses. Answer: A. Merge left well in advance of the sign to avoid last-minute lane changes. Early merging helps prevent bottlenecks and maintains traffic flow. Question 35. Upon noticing a two-way traffic sign after a series of one-way streets, what changes should you make to your driving behavior? A. Continue driving as if on a one-way street. B. Stay alert for oncoming traffic, adjusting your lane position as necessary. C. The sign indicates that two-way traffic has ended, not begun. Answer: B. Stay alert for oncoming traffic, adjusting your lane position as necessary. Transitioning to two-way traffic requires increased vigilance and proper lane use. Question 36. What actions should you take upon encountering a slower traffic keep right sign while driving in the left lane? A. Move to the right lane if you are driving slower than the general traffic flow. B. Ignore the sign if you plan to exit soon. C. Maintain your speed and lane position. Others can pass on the right. Answer: A. Move to the right lane if you are driving slower than the general traffic flow. This facilitates smoother traffic flow and allows faster vehicles to pass safely on the left. Question 37. If you approach work being done on the highway shoulder, indicated by a shoulder work ahead sign, how should you adjust your driving? A. Continue at the same speed. Workers are responsible for their own safety. B. Slow down and, if safe, move to a lane away from the work to give workers more space. C. Accelerate to pass the work area more quickly. Answer: B. Slow down and, if safe, move to a lane away from the work to give workers more space. This approach prioritizes the safety of roadside workers and drivers. Question 38. Seeing a bicycle sign in an urban area, what should you anticipate in terms of cyclist behavior and traffic flow? A. Cyclists will use pedestrian sidewalks, not the roadway. B. Increased presence of cyclists, requiring you to check for them when turning or opening doors. C. Bicycles are only allowed during certain hours. Answer: B. Increased presence of cyclists, requiring you to check for them when turning or opening doors. Awareness and caution are key in areas frequented by cyclists. Question 39. In the case of a no U-turn sign at an intersection where you need to turn around, what alternative maneuvers are available? A. Proceed to the next intersection where U-turns are permitted. B. Make a U-turn at the sign when no traffic is present. C. Reverse through the intersection to change direction. Answer: A. Proceed to the next intersection where U-turns are permitted. Always follow road signs and look for legal options to turn around. Question 40. How might the information provided by an amenities available sign influence your decisions for rest stops during a long trip? A. Plan stops based on the availability of services such as fuel, food, and restrooms to optimize travel efficiency. B. Ignore the sign, as amenities are usually crowded and overpriced. C. Use only the amenities you originally planned to, regardless of signs. Answer: A. Plan stops based on the availability of services such as fuel, food, and restrooms to optimize travel efficiency. Utilizing available amenities can make long trips more comfortable and safer. Question 41. When encountering a freshly painted bike lane symbol on the road, how should your lane positioning change? A. Immediately move into the bike lane to avoid slowing traffic. B. Stay clear of the bike lane, ensuring not to encroach upon it. C. Use the bike lane for passing slower vehicles when necessary. Answer: B. Stay clear of the bike lane, ensuring not to encroach upon it. Drivers should respect bike lanes as exclusive spaces for cyclists to enhance safety. Question 42. Describe how to safely navigate an intersection marked with a yield to pedestrian sign, not previously listed but critical for driver awareness. A. Increase speed to minimize wait times for pedestrians. B. Slow down and prepare to stop if pedestrians are present or approaching. C. Pedestrians will yield to vehicles. No action needed. Answer: B. Slow down and prepare to stop if pedestrians are present or approaching. Yielding to pedestrians at intersections improves safety for all road users. Question 43. What specific actions should you take when a railroad crossing sign is accompanied by flashing lights? A. Stop and do not proceed until the lights stop flashing. B. Proceed with caution if no train is visible. C. Accelerate to cross the tracks before the train arrives. Answer: A. Stop and do not proceed until the lights stop flashing. This ensures safety at railroad crossings by preventing collisions with trains. Question 44. How does the presence of a "No Parking Anytime" sign affect your options for temporary vehicle stopping for pickups or drop-offs? A. You may stop for up to 5 minutes for quick pickups or drop-offs. B. Temporary stopping is allowed if the driver remains in the vehicle. C. Do not stop, stand, or park in these areas at any time. Answer: C. Do not stop, stand, or park in these areas at any time. These restrictions are in place to ensure road safety and accessibility. Question 45. Under what circumstances might a driver be allowed to enter an HOV lane marked with high occupancy vehicle HOV fine signage? A. If driving a hybrid or electric vehicle, regardless of occupancy. B. When the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements. C. During off-peak hours, regardless of the vehicle's occupancy. Answer: B. When the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements. HOV lanes are designed to optimize traffic flow and reduce congestion by requiring a minimum number of occupants. Question 46. What are the key considerations when planning to overtake another vehicle on a road marked with a "Do Not Pass" sign? A. Overtaking is not allowed under any circumstances. B. Overtake quickly if no oncoming traffic is present. C. You may overtake if the vehicle ahead is moving significantly below the speed limit. Answer: A. Overtaking is not allowed under any circumstances. Do not pass signs are placed in areas where passing is unsafe. Question 47. How do posted distances signs impact your speed and navigation choices on unfamiliar highways? A. They provide critical information for fuel management and rest stops. B. Ignore these signs if using a GPS navigation system. C. These signs only apply to commercial vehicles. Answer: A. They provide critical information for fuel management and rest stops. Knowing distances helps drivers plan their journey more effectively. Question 48. Upon seeing a "Keep Left" sign due to an upcoming road obstruction, what are the immediate steps a driver should take? A. Signal and merge left when safe, being mindful of traffic and road conditions. B. Keep your current lane until the obstruction is visible. C. Ignore the sign if the obstruction is not immediately apparent. Answer: A. Signal and merge left when safe, being mindful of traffic and road conditions. Early lane changes help ensure smooth traffic flow. Question 49. What should a driver anticipate upon seeing a "Yield Ahead" sign in a high-speed area? A. An increase in the speed limit ahead. B. The need to merge or prepare for a potential stop to yield to traffic. C. A mandatory stop sign is ahead. Answer: B. The need to merge or prepare for a potential stop to yield to traffic. This sign indicates that drivers should be ready to yield to oncoming traffic or merging lanes. Question 50. How should you adjust your speed and attentiveness upon encountering a "Flagman Ahead" sign in a construction zone? A. Maintain current speed until you see the flagman. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop or follow the flagman's directions. C. Accelerate to quickly pass through the construction zone. Answer: B. Slow down and be prepared to stop or follow the flagman's directions. It's crucial for safety to be prepared to respond to temporary traffic control. Question 51. What implications does a "Carpool Lane Entrance" sign have for drivers traveling alone in their vehicles? A. You may use the lane for faster travel during non-peak hours. B. Solo drivers are prohibited from using the carpool lane. C. Solo drivers can use the lane if they pay a toll. Answer: B. Solo drivers are prohibited from using the carpool lane. Carpool lanes are reserved for vehicles with multiple occupants to encourage carpooling and reduce congestion. Question 52. If a "Yield to Uphill Traffic" sign is placed on a steep road, how should you manage your right-of-way when facing uphill drivers? A. Uphill drivers have the right of way, so yield accordingly. B. Maintain your speed. Uphill vehicles will yield. C. The sign applies only to bicyclists and pedestrians. Answer A. Uphill drivers have the right of way, so yield accordingly. It's more challenging for vehicles to start moving uphill, making it courteous and safer to yield. Question 53. When redirected by a detour sign due to road closure, what are the best practices for following the new route? A. Follow the detour signs closely, adjusting your speed for unfamiliar roads. B. Find your own route to avoid the detour. C. Increase speed to compensate for the detour delay. Answer A. Follow the detour signs closely, adjusting your speed for unfamiliar roads. This ensures you safely navigate the alternative route provided. Question 54. How does a through traffic merge left sign affect lane selection in dense urban traffic? A. It indicates that through traffic should stay in the right lanes. B. Through traffic should merge left to allow right lane entries and exits. C. All traffic must merge left, leaving the right lane empty. Answer B. Through traffic should merge left to allow right lane entries and exits. This facilitates smoother merges and exits in areas with dense traffic. Question 55. What preparations should a driver make upon seeing a telephone available sign on a long rural highway? A. Plan to stop if you need to make a call, especially in areas with poor cell service. B. Ignore the sign, as cell phones have made payphones obsolete. C. Increase speed to reach the telephone quicker. Answer A. Plan to stop if you need to make a call, especially in areas with poor cell service. This ensures you can communicate or call for assistance if needed. Question 56. Given a two-way traffic sign after a one-lane bridge, how should you adjust your driving approach? A. Proceed with caution, aware that oncoming traffic will soon share the roadway. B. Continue at the same speed and in the same lane. C. The sign indicates you should speed up to clear the bridge quickly. Answer A. Proceed with caution, aware that oncoming traffic will soon share the roadway. Awareness and caution are key when transitioning to two-way traffic. Question 57. What does a slower traffic keep right sign imply about the appropriate lanes for different speeds of traffic? A. Faster vehicles should use the right lane to overtake. B. Slower vehicles should stay in the right lane, allowing faster traffic to pass on the left. C. There are no speed variations on highways. The sign is informational only. Answer B. Slower vehicles should stay in the right lane, allowing faster traffic to pass on the left. This organization optimizes traffic flow and safety. Question 58. When approaching road work indicated by a shoulder work ahead sign, what lane changes, if any, should you consider? A. Immediately move to the lane closest to the shoulder work. B. If safe, shift away from the shoulder work to give workers more space. C. No lane change is necessary. Continue at the same speed and lane. Answer B. If safe, shift away from the shoulder work to give workers more space. This increases safety for both drivers and road workers. Question 59. If you see a bicycle sign in an area with frequent crosswalks, what additional precautions should you take? A. Always give the right of way to bicycles, even if they are crossing illegally. B. Be extra vigilant for cyclists and pedestrians, especially near crosswalks. C. Bicycles are not allowed to use crosswalks. Ignore the sign. Answer B. Be extra vigilant for cyclists and pedestrians, especially near crosswalks. Increased awareness can prevent accidents and ensure safety for all road users. Question 60. How should you interpret a no U-turn sign placed at a busy intersection with multiple turn lanes? A. U-turns are allowed only in the lane farthest to the left. B. Make a U-turn at the next available intersection where it's permitted. C. Ignore the sign if no traffic is present. Answer B. Make a U-turn at the next available intersection where it's permitted. No U-turn signs are placed to enhance safety at complex intersections, and drivers should seek legal alternatives to complete their maneuver. Question 61. When you notice an amenities available sign while low on fuel, what planning considerations should you make? A. Immediately exit to refuel, even if you think you can reach a farther station. B. Note the amenities but continue to a preferred service station. C. Assume the sign is incorrect and continue driving until the fuel warning light comes on. Answer. A. Immediately exit to refuel, even if you think you can reach a farther station. This ensures you don't run out of fuel, especially in areas where service stations might be spread out. Question 62. If a road is marked with a bike lane sign, how does this impact your behavior when prepared to make a turn? A. Check the bike lane for cyclists and yield to them before turning. B. Ignore the bike lane as vehicles have the right of way. C. Use the bike lane as a turning lane. Answer. A. Check the bike lane for cyclists and yield to them before turning. Drivers must always yield to cyclists in a bike lane to ensure their safety and prevent collisions. Question 63. What is the correct response to a railroad crossing sign when you can hear a train whistle but cannot yet see the train? A. Proceed through the crossing at an increased speed to clear the tracks quickly. B. Stop, look, and listen for the train before proceeding through the crossing. C. Assume the train is still far away and continue at a normal speed. Answer. B. Stop, look, and listen for the train before proceeding through the crossing. Hearing a train whistle indicates a train is approaching and extra caution is needed. Question 64. How do no parking anytime signs regulate the use of spaces that might typically be used for short-term loading or unloading? A. Short-term loading is allowed as long as the driver remains in the vehicle. B. No stopping, standing, or parking is permitted at any time for any reason. C. Vehicles displaying a permit can ignore the sign. Answer. B. No stopping, standing, or parking is permitted at any time for any reason. These signs are clear and enforceable to ensure safety and access on the roadways. Question 65. In what ways does a high-occupancy vehicle, AOV, fine sign alert drivers to the legal requirements for lane use? A. It indicates that all vehicles, regardless of occupancy, may be fined. B. It warns that vehicles not meeting the occupancy requirements may be subject to fines. C. The sign only applies during peak traffic hours. Answer. B. It warns that vehicles not meeting the occupancy requirements may be subject to fines. This sign is to ensure that HOV lanes are used correctly to manage traffic flow. Question 66. How should a driver proceed when encountering a do not pass sign in a zone where passing is usually permitted under safe conditions? A. Pass only if no vehicles are coming from the opposite direction. B. Do not pass other vehicles in areas marked with this sign. C. The sign is merely a suggestion and can be ignored based on the driver's judgment. Answer. B. Do not pass other vehicles in areas marked with this sign. Do not pass signs are placed in areas where passing could be dangerous, and their instructions should be followed. Question 67. What strategies should be employed when using posted distances signs to estimate arrival times at destinations? A. Use the distances shown to calculate travel time, considering current speed and road conditions. B. Assume each mile will take 1 minute to travel. C. Disregard these signs in favor of GPS estimates. Answer. A. Use the distances shown to calculate travel time, considering current speed and road conditions. This helps in making accurate estimations for arrival times. Question 68. How should a driver react to a keep left sign when part of the roadway ahead is blocked off for construction? A. Merge right in anticipation of the left lane ending. B. Maintain lane position until reaching the construction area. C. Merge left safely, following the sign's instructions to avoid the construction zone. Answer. C. Merge left safely, following the sign's instructions to avoid the construction zone. This facilitates smooth traffic flow around the obstruction. Question 69. What actions should a driver take when approaching a yield ahead sign while traffic is merging from another roadway? A. Speed up to merge ahead of the other vehicles. B. Be prepared to adjust speed or position to allow traffic to merge smoothly. C. Maintain speed and lane position. Merging traffic must yield to you. Answer. B. Be prepared to adjust speed or position to allow traffic to merge smoothly. Anticipating the need to yield ensures a safer merging process for all involved. Question 70. How to respond when a flagman ahead sign is seen, but the flagman is not immediately visible due to road curvature or hill. A. Continue at normal speed until the flagman is visible. B. Slow down and be ready to stop or follow directions as soon as the flagman becomes visible. C. Assume the flagman has left the post and no adjustments are necessary. Answer. B. Slow down and be ready to stop or follow directions as soon as the flagman becomes visible. This approach prioritizes safety in construction zones or areas with active roadwork. Question 71. Upon encountering a detour sign, what should be the priority in navigation, especially in areas without clear detour signage? A. Follow the detour signs carefully, even if it means taking a longer route. B. Use a GPS device to find the shortest detour. C. Ignore the detour and try to pass through the original route. Answer. A. Follow the detour signs carefully, even if it means taking a longer route. Staying on the designated detour ensures that you're following a safe and approved route around the obstruction. Question 72. When a carpool lane entrance is upcoming, what verification should a driver do regarding their eligibility to enter this lane? A. Ensure the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements for the carpool lane. B. Verify that the carpool lane is not currently restricted to electric vehicles only. C. Confirm that the vehicle has a special permit or pass for carpool lane access. Answer. A. Ensure the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements for the carpool lane. This verification is crucial to legally use carpool lanes and avoid fines. Question 73. For roads marked with yield to uphill traffic signs, what considerations should be made when the driver is moving downhill? A. The downhill driver has the right of way and should continue without yielding. B. Yield to uphill traffic, as it is more challenging for them to restart if stopped. C. Uphill and downhill traffic should stop equally, regardless of the sign. Answer. B. Yield to uphill traffic, as it is more challenging for them to restart if stopped. This consideration helps maintain traffic flow and safety on steep roads. Question 74. How does a through traffic merge left sign affect your driving decisions during peak traffic hours? A. Ignore the sign if traffic is heavy. Merging is too difficult. B. Merge left early before peak traffic congestion increases. C. The sign only applies to non-peak hours. Answer. B. Merge left early before peak traffic congestion increases. Early lane changes can help prevent bottlenecks and improve traffic flow during busy times. Question 75. What safety measures should a driver take when passing a telephone available sign in areas with limited cellular reception? A. Memorize the location in case you need to return to make an emergency call. B. Immediately stop and use the phone to check in with someone. C. Increase speed to quickly reach an area with better reception. Answer. A. Memorize the location in case you need to return to make an emergency call. Knowing where you can find communication resources is important in remote areas. Question 76. On encountering a two-way traffic sign after a series of one-way streets, how should the driver's lane positioning change? A. Move to the center of the road to easily adjust to oncoming traffic. B. Ensure you are in the correct lane for your direction of travel, adjusting as necessary for two-way traffic. C. Continue in the same lane as one-way streets do not change to two-way traffic. Answer: B. Ensure you are in the correct lane for your direction of travel, adjusting as necessary for two-way traffic. Correct lane positioning is crucial for safety when transitioning to two-way traffic areas. Question 77. What does the presence of a slower traffic keep right sign suggest about the flow of traffic on multi-lane roads? A. It indicates that slower traffic should use the left lane. B. Slower traffic is encouraged to keep right, allowing faster vehicles to pass on the left. C. All traffic should keep right, regardless of speed. Answer: B. Slower traffic is encouraged to keep right, allowing faster vehicles to pass on the left. This organization promotes safer and more efficient traffic flow. Question 78. How should drivers adjust their driving in response to a shoulder work ahead sign when the shoulder is narrow? A. Move over to the left lane if safe and possible, to give workers more space. B. Maintain your lane and speed, as the workers should be clear of the roadway. C. Honk to alert workers of your approach. Answer: A. Move over to the left lane if safe and possible, to give workers more space. Giving workers as much room as possible ensures their safety and reduces the risk of accidents. Question 79. When driving in an area indicated by a bicycle sign, what additional rights must be considered for cyclists? A. Cyclists must always give way to motor vehicles. B. Cyclists have the right to use the road and should be given at least 3 feet of clearance when being passed. C. Bicycles are only allowed on sidewalks, not roads. Answer: B. Cyclists have the right to use the road and should be given at least 3 feet of clearance when being passed. This respect for cyclists' rights ensures safer sharing of the road. Question 80. If approaching an intersection with a no U-turn sign, what are the alternatives for drivers needing to change direction? A. Make a 3-point turn at the intersection to head back. B. Look for a legal U-turn spot further down the road or use a roundabout if available. C. Wait until no traffic is present, then make the U-turn. Answer: B. Look for a legal U-turn spot further down the road or use a roundabout if available. Finding a legal and safe place to change direction is essential for road safety. Question 81. How should a driver plan their stops in response to an amenities available sign when traveling with passengers requiring frequent breaks? A. Plan to stop only if the amenities are within the next 5 miles. B. Utilize the next available rest area to accommodate the needs of all passengers. C. Ignore the sign unless a passenger specifically requests a stop. Answer: B. Utilize the next available rest area to accommodate the needs of all passengers. Planning stops according to passengers' needs ensures a comfortable and considerate journey. Question 82. When you encounter a freshly updated bike lane sign, what adjustments should you make to ensure the safety of both motorists and cyclists? A. Encroach into the bike lane to make room for other vehicles. B. Maintain awareness of the bike lane and ensure not to drive or park in it, giving cyclists safe passage. C. Use the bike lane as an additional vehicle lane during heavy traffic. Answer: B. Maintain awareness of the bike lane and ensure not to drive or park in it, giving cyclists safe passage. Respect for bike lanes contributes to the safety and cohesiveness of traffic flow. Question 83. What is the proper response when approaching a level crossing with a railroad crossing sign, but the barriers are up and lights are off? A. Speed up to cross the tracks quickly. B. Proceed with caution, looking and listening for any approaching trains. C. Stop every time, regardless of the barrier position or absence of lights. Answer: B. Proceed with caution, looking and listening for any approaching trains. Even if signals indicate it's safe, it's always wise to approach with caution. Question 84. How should a driver interpret a series of "no parking anytime" signs along a curbside with previously allowed parking? A. As a temporary measure, parking is still permitted outside of peak hours. B. Parking is no longer allowed at any time along this curbside, indicating a permanent change. C. The signs only apply to large vehicles and commercial trucks. Answer. B. Parking is no longer allowed at any time along this curbside, indicating a permanent change. Compliance with new parking regulations is essential to avoid fines and maintain traffic flow. Question 85. What are the critical actions a driver must take upon seeing a high occupancy vehicle HOV fine sign, considering their vehicle's current occupancy? A. Verify the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements before entering the HOV lane. B. Enter the HOV lane and pay the fine later if caught. C. Assume the sign does not apply if driving a hybrid or electric vehicle. Answer. A. Verify the vehicle meets the minimum occupancy requirements before entering the HOV lane. Ensuring compliance with HOV regulations avoids penalties and supports the lane's efficiency. Question 86. In a scenario where a do not pass sign is placed on a winding road, what are the risks of ignoring this sign? A. There is minimal risk if the driver can see a clear path ahead. B. Increased risk of collision due to limited visibility and oncoming traffic. C. Only the risk of receiving a traffic citation. Answer. B. Increased risk of collision due to limited visibility and oncoming traffic. Do not pass signs are placed in areas where passing is unsafe, often due to reduced sight distances. Question 87. How do posted distances signs facilitate drivers' understanding of their journey's progress, especially in unfamiliar territories? A. They offer precise GPS coordinates for major landmarks. B. By providing distance information to key exits or cities, aiding in navigation and time management. C. These signs are largely decorative and hold no practical value. Answer. B. By providing distance information to key exits or cities, aiding in navigation and time management. Accurate distance measurements help drivers estimate travel times and plan stops. Question 88. When navigating a detour indicated by a detour sign, what are the best practices for ensuring a return to the original route? A. Follow the detour signs carefully, which are designed to guide you back to the original route. B. Ignore the detour and use an alternative mapping service to find a shortcut. C. Make random turns in an attempt to bypass the detour. Answer. A. Follow the detour signs carefully, which are designed to guide you back to the original route. Trusting official detour guidance ensures that you navigate the detour safely and efficiently. Question 89. During what conditions does a through traffic merge left sign require immediate action, and what should that action be? A. In heavy traffic, prepare to merge left early to avoid last-minute lane changes. B. Only merge left if you see construction equipment. C. The sign only advises, no action is necessary unless directed by law enforcement. Answer. A. In heavy traffic, prepare to merge left early to avoid last-minute lane changes. Proactive merging helps maintain smooth traffic flow and reduces congestion. Question 90. If a telephone available sign is the only indication of emergency services in a remote area, what precautions should a driver take to prepare for possible emergencies? A. Note the location and ensure your mobile phone is charged, but rely on the sign's location for emergencies. B. Assume any phone will work in an emergency, ignoring the sign. C. Memorize the sign's location in case you need to return, especially if traveling in areas with poor cell service. Answer. C. Memorize the sign's location in case you need to return, especially if traveling in areas with poor cell service. Being aware of emergency resources is crucial in remote areas.